Good evening, greetings, and salutations. This is Passionate Bliss, and I want to tell you about my walk through the Love Island streets. I usually only come on when I feel like there is a point of view that has not been expressed to any significant degree that I can see throughout the various channels that I watch. And I watch a wide range of channels because I'm that much of a fan for Love Island. And so one take that I have not seen really expressed is on Zack. Zack is this year's gamer. That's the contestant that comes on with the intent to win, the attempt to manipulate, the attempt to be a co-producer along with production working from the inside. This is the guy that attempts to manipulate the circumstances and the others to set himself up to win. Last season it was Ace. Ace co-produced the show along with production so badly that it ruined the season. All the people that came in there as influencers and marketing strategists, they tried to co-produce the show to the point that it ruined the entire season. Last season was the worst season of Love Island USA that I've ever seen. And it was ruined by all the people trying to self-produce to win the show. But in the end, Ace outsmarted himself. It annoys production when the people do that, because they want to manipulate. And the last thing they need to do is work around your manipulations too, to try to get the plan that they have back on track. So they're never going to let him get to the end. Production is not going to let Zack get to the end because they do not like the producers. And also the public doesn't like the producers because we can see you producing, and so it gets on our nerves too. The difference between Ace and Zack is that Ace was lovable. Ace had a lot of personality. Ace had a lot of character, over-the-top energy. He was entertaining. He was funny. He was all of the things. But he outproduced himself. Another main, Zack is a turnip on the set. You could exchange a turnip for Zack, and you would not know the difference in the scenes. And so that's the extent of his personality. And so also another difference between Ace and Zack is that Ace, his manipulation was just so that he could win, and he would go around and try to persuade you to his way of thinking. And he would also go around and try to give his buddies a boost up, if he feels like something they need to do to appeal to the public, appeal to the girl, to sell the love story. He was doing that with himself. He was doing that with his friend Taylor. Okay. So he wasn't trying to sabotage or harm the other couples. That is the difference between Ace and Zack. Zack is actively trying to sabotage the other couples. It took me a while to peep him. He's had several different instances where he has done this. The first time I noticed him was when first time I noticed what he was doing was after the Diddy bed scene, when Melanie showed her whole entire behind on that show, embarrassed and humiliated the man she was with. And when they were sitting around with the boys talking, Zack turns to Sincere and says, "Did she give you the ick?" And he goes, yeah, she did. And I was like, why is he trying to put words in this guy's mouth? But I didn't think much of it because she did give him the ick. She gave all of us the ick. People wanted her gone after that. She did way too much. And but I will say, just for the record, in Melanie's defense, I don't think she was trying to humiliate him. I think she was having fun and she got carried away. And she lost sight of the optics of what she was doing because she was being over the top. She was trying to steal the scene, much like Huda, who tried to steal the scene and went too far as well in last season. She was trying to steal the scene. She's trying to be seen as she is in every episode. She's trying to be seen. And so she, went too far. I will say that in her defense. If she had known that was going to cost her Sincere, she'd have never done that. So she's paying for it, and the public hates her. She's the villainess. And eventually Sincere became the villain. Second time I peeped Bryce's game was when Zack's game is when he told Bryce, "I don't think Trinity likes you, to be honest with you. And we have less fun, the four of us, when she's around." I was like, oh, he's straight hating on Trinity. What's going on with this boy here? Why would he tell his friend that? Okay, he hating. He's hating. And when I knew that he was on a game plan for sure was when he said to Anaya and put that battery in Anaya's back about her being the placeholder. And I still also partially blame KC for that, because KC gave him the knowledge, the ammunition, by, of course, being in the face of the biracial woman that he really wants to pursue. And talking about how, yeah, I wanted to pursue you, but Sincere was in the way. I wanted to pursue you. And so he gave Zack, who was at the counter eavesdropping, the ammunition to say, you said you wanted to pursue her and you didn't, because you decided to take this safe option. So he put a twist on there with the information Casey gave him, and he fed into one of Anaya's unknown, or maybe not unknown, because we don't know what the conversations are. They've barely been showing any conversations. He may have known that that was a secret fear that Anaya was harboring. And so he put that battery in her back and he dropped that in her. I said, oh, this guy is diabolical. He coming for all the black couples, because we've heard him sit up there and for him and Bryce. Oh, we're the three strongest couples. So he has studied the game from his brother, who flunked out last year. And he has decided he's going to come back and be the mastermind with his inside information, and he's going to win it all. But I did not know he was targeting the other couple for sure until he did it with Anaya. I thought that he was a hater. I thought it was odd. I thought he was a hater. Then I thought, oh no, he's coming for them. Okay. And so, but most of you, along with me, figured that out about the same time as well. This guy is trying to be the ace. Okay. And so the only thing that I think that I wanted to add that I feel like people have overlooked is his intention. Because right now he keeps saying, I don't want to do anything in case a bombshell comes in and we can't, pivot. Because I do believe that he wants to entertain a bombshell, but not for the reasons it seems like everybody thinks. I think he's going to pivot to a bombshell. He's going to bring back a bombshell for sure from Casa, because he's going to try to give himself a narrative similar to the one that was on season 6, which put Love Island on the map with all the boys from Janae and Serena's season. They all brought back somebody from Casa, and as soon as they got back with the girls, they realized they didn't want these women they brought back. Let's get back with our girls. And so I feel like he's trying to recreate that same scenario where he goes to Casa, he gets a Casa girl, he comes back. We definitely gonna get a reaction from Kayda, because she already told him she's gonna kill him if he does it. So he's gonna get his explosive reaction, because that Casa scene where Serena dragged Cordell for filth, that is what went viral and put Love Island on the map trajectory that it's on now. That enabled Alandria and Nick to become bigger than the program. And so I think he's going to aim to recreate that. So he's going to definitely come back with a bombshell, but he's not going to keep the bombshell. He's going to go back to Kayda after she cuts up and tells him off and puts foot in him, which she is going to do. I think that he believes that that's going to catapult them over the top, because she does have leading lady character, but however, she has reduced herself since she's been here to a sidekick to Zack. She's not agreeing with everything he says and does. All her spunky, behaviors are minimal. It's not being shown on camera. She's in a dull relationship with a television turn up with him, and she's become dull by being in close proximity to him. So, he may get to the final with these antics, but he will not win, because we've already seen who he is. It's all over. We have already seen what he's on, and we do not reward that behavior. So I keep seeing the people saying he's gonna dump her for a bombshell. He's gonna dump her for a bombshell. Yeah, he is, but it's not a real dumping. He's not dumping her. He knows that America likes them together. He just don't know that it's all about her. Again, he's a man thinking that it's all about him, and it's not. It's all about her. We only like her. We don't like him. So I don't think he's planning to get rid of her. But he's trying to give us the impression and fool us into thinking that that's what he's going to do. Then he's going to prove to us, oh, love saves the day. He went back to Kayda. He really does like her. Bryce, I think, is going to be too dumb. I think Bryce is going to follow suit, but Bryce is too dumb. He's already shown us he's dumb. He's going to be too dumb maybe to dump his Casa girl. I just hope that Trinity has sense enough to bring her back a Casa boy and stick with him and try to make it work. to see if maybe she could get in the final, because she's a fan favorite. Bryce is not. We been want Bryce going. So I think that's what the boys are cooking up, and that's what they're working on. And I think he's going to boost up Bryce to come back with a Casa girl, just like Kendall did last year with everybody. And so he's going to boost him up to bring back a girl, but he's not going to clue him in on the plan. But the plan is to go back to your original girl, because that's what worked on season, season 6. So, that's my prediction. I am also the Oracle, and let's see how it plays out. Because now that I realize he's a gamer, I'm starting to try to look down the road to see what his actual game is. Because he knows that we like him and Kayda together, because we didn't break them up. We could have gave that white bombshell to him, and we didn't. Because we didn't want to mess with them. When we vote for the couples to switch out like that, we don't mess with the happy couples. Even if they're not a favorite couple, we don't mess with the happy couples. In the case of Gabe, they painted Gabe out to us to be a horn dog. And the Bia is also a horn dog and not much substance. So we were okay with switching her out instead of switching out Zack. So we switched them out because they didn't appear to be a happy couple with any substance. So he knows that they're the three strongest, and he's trying to break down the other two and then build up a nice little love story with him included. So we'll see how it works. Let me know what you think about that. And that's my take on that. Y'all have sweet dreams and wait to find them all real.